Well, first we're going to call on our County Commissioner, Bob Blackburn, to give us a few words about Mr. Donald Trump. Bob?
Thank you, Brent. Is on?
Hey, and by the way, just to let you know, everybody know, these microphones are for the camera, not for the crowd. So just understand, people say, is it on? No, it's recording, so don't worry if you can't hear yourself.
Brent, thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, y'all. I'm here as the district representative for the Donald J. Trump for President campaign. Basically, what I wanted to just tell y'all, Trump expands the party. He's what the GOP has needed. He's attracting voters we haven't seen participate in this process for decades. They're coming out, and he's bringing Reagan Democrats back. Trump attracts more votes to show up. He will increase turnout for the GOP in November. Trump beats Hillary. He's the best to take her on. He can go toe-to-toe with her and Bill and won't back down to the Clinton machine. Trump expands the map. He puts more states in play that we normally wouldn't have. For example, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New York, Wisconsin. And I appreciate y'all listening, giving me your time this morning. I'll leave you with the latest GOP national poll that came out the 12th, which was yesterday, I believe. Donald Trump at 44%, Ted Cruz 17%, Rubio 10%, Bush 8%, and Kasich back 4%. But thank y'all and vote Trump.
Thank you, Bob. And there are some materials over there for Mr. Trump if you're interested. And Bob has to rush, but we appreciate you coming out and speaking. Thank you, sir. Okay, next we're going to have a representative from the Ted Cruz campaign speak to us, Mr. Brant Frost.
Thank you, son. With blood coming down his nose and his body battered and beaten, Rafael Cruz sat in prison in a Batista jail having fighting oppression in Cuba. He escaped legally to Texas, not able to speak the language, got a job for 50 cents an hour, worked his way through the University of Texas, married an Italian and Irish immigrant girl, had a handsome young son, and 45 years later, his son is running for president of the United States. The Cruz family has lived the American dream. All his life, Ted Cruz has lived under the tutelage of a man who loved God and loved America as only a first-generation American can. When Ted was 8 and when he was 15, two things happened that would shape the rest of his life. He gave his heart to Jesus, and he memorized the Constitution from beginning to end. And it began a lifelong relationship with both. It shaped who he is. When we're trying to figure out who we want to lead our country, who we think can lead us back from the cliff, which we certainly are about to go over, principle, temperament, and their life, as I think the things we need to examine. Who is it we're going to give the nuclear button to? Who is it that we're going to trust with the future of our country? How do we know what they're going to do in the future? I would suggest to you it's what they've done in the past. Think about the accomplishments, the most significant achievements of the people running for office that credentials them to be president of the United States. Think about the candidates running quickly. What's the three things they've done that really qualifies them, their achievements to lead? How about arguing more cases before the Supreme Court than any lawyer in the state of Texas, than any member of the Congress or Senate, winning the Heller case, the landmark Second Amendment case that established the individual right to bear arms for the first time before the Supreme Court? How about the Mojave Desert case that established religious liberty and the right to post cross on public land? How about the religious liberty case of Texas v. Ten Commandments, the right to post the symbol of our Judeo-Christian heritage on public lands? Ted Cruz has been fighting for constitutional liberty all his life, and he's won. In addition to life, marriage, American exceptionalism, and limited government, a new key test for me and many people I respect is backbone. It's easy to say what you believe, but I want to see what you believe. Ted Cruz just doesn't say it. He has done it. I would suggest to you that in head-up contests, our candidate wins against all the other Republicans. In head-up contests, he wins against Hillary. And more importantly, if he wins, it will make a difference. I'm here to tell you the one guy that the D.C. cartel fears more than anybody is Ted Cruz. We've had the privilege to get to know Ted and Heidi and their girls. They have little girls, Caroline and Catherine, that are my little girls' age. They manned a lemonade stand together. They played together. We've got to see them up close and personal. They are the real deal. And I can just tell you, for whatever it's worth, having seen them up close, having seen a dozen presidential candidates up close, Ted is not only the real deal. When it gets time in the fall for the debate stage with Hillary, this national debate champion who got a scholarship, worked his way through Princeton, who finished top of his class in Yale, will mop the floor with Miss Clinton. A new day is coming, friends. I'm just here to tell you. A new day is coming, and it's going to be led by a young senator from Texas. And as good as the Reagan year is going to be, I'm telling you the Cruz years are going to be even better. We'd love to have you on Team Cruz. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll have a representative from Dr. Ben Carson's campaign.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Lugash, and I'm with the 2016 committee for Ben Carson out of Fayette County, so don't shoot me. I'm actually the third string. I got a call late last night from the first string telling me that the first and second had some scheduling conflicts and couldn't be here this morning and asked me to do this. So I don't have any prepared remarks. I did bring some literature that's on the table in the back. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll try. I do have some literature on the back table there. Feel free to grab whatever you would like. Whatever I do have to say about Ben Carson comes from right here. He's a great man, and he's loaded with integrity. He's not a politician. Running for president wasn't his idea. He had to be talked into it. But he's a super patriot, and he recognizes what needs to be done to bring this country back from the edge of the cliff. So I have 2 children myself, and just some food for thought, something to think about. When I look at all the candidates running for this office, I ask myself, who would I want my children to be most like of all of these candidates? And for me, it's an easy answer, and the answer is Ben Carson. He has a compelling story, much like Ted Cruz does, but I think he's the man for the job. That's all I have to say.